Do you suffer from debilitating migraines? You know, that throbbing pain in the front or side of your head that's so severe you're unable to work or do anything other than retreat into a dark and quiet room? Have you had them for years and just haven't found a solution? Call Dr. Elizabeth Ebersol and put an end to your debilitating migraines forever, or go to her website at www.handmadehealth.com. That's www.handmadehealth.com.
Back-to-back state MVPs. Tarrance Johnson, Friday Night Glory here with defensive back Michael Tapp. He's a back-to-back MVP state title winner. You kind of set the tone for me with the 2 interceptions today. What was your game plan coming in to slow down Big Arm Quinn Ewers? Dodgeball, everybody excited. I know it was a lot of jitters, but you guys came out in the beginning. It was a kind of tight race, but then you guys pulled off. What was that like?
It was amazing. Quinn's a hell of a guy, hell of a player. And he showed that he had heart when they were down about 30 points. And he came back. He tried his hardest to come back. And so, I didn't really do anything different. I kind of said that to people earlier. But I just kind of had that chip on my shoulder. He's the 5-star, and I'm the no-star. And I really have not a lot of college interests besides a couple. I'm committed to Rice. But before that, I didn't really have a lot. I had a couple offers. And I kind of value myself just as good as him. Obviously, he's a hell of a guy. And so kind of just that chip on the shoulder, just knowing that I can play with people like that, kind of made me advance.
How excited was you for this game, being that, your first game was canceled? Would the same mindset would have been the same coming in, or you think it would have been a little different if you had played these guys in the opening of the season?
I think it probably would have been a little bit different. Our defense and our offense changed a whole lot throughout the course of the season. But, I don't know what it was about this game. Maybe it was the COVID. Maybe it was probably battling so many hard weeks of just cancellation, just not knowing if you're going to play or not. But that was probably the biggest game that I've wanted to win the most in my life, any sport. And I don't know why I said maybe COVID, but I wanted that so badly, and I'm so proud of my teammates, so proud of my coaches. I could go on and on, but yeah.
Yeah, that speaks volume. You guys win back-to-back champs, and you have a defensive MVP twice back-to-back. You say you don't have stars, but after tonight, your phone should be blowing up with all type of offers here. You knocked off Powerhouse in North Shore. You knocked off everybody pretty much undefeated season, and you give the GOAT another championship.
Yeah.
Next year, you're gone. What does it say about Austin Westlake and how you guys stay prepared all throughout the season?
We put us on the map, We've always been on the map. We lost before last year's state championship. We lost 2 semifinal games. And we really solidified that we're a top program in the state. And I know no one thinks that Austin football is the best football, but I know for a fact Austin football is the best football in Texas. And I hope some of my Austin boys back home are watching this, because Latrell McCutcheons, Andrew Makuba, Devin Lamar, Ty Dillon, all those boys that I worked out with, they're some dogs, and they're from Austin. And their season got cut short, and they texted me, go do it for the 5-1-2, and that's what I did. So
the 5-1-2. Quick fun fact here for you. Did you know in 2006, Coach Dodge actually beat Westlake with his son Riley? Did he mention that any time leading up to this game?
He didn't mention it himself. I kind of knew that, and kind of everyone knew that. We're not naive enough to say that we didn't know that. But all he said was, don't make this about me and my son. It's about y'all, and it's about them. And trust the game plan, trust the process, and that's kind of what we did. And we didn't think about, obviously I wanted to win for Coach Dodge so badly, but I wanted to win for my teammates too. And yeah.
Well, that was very impressive. Let's go ahead and show the world what you have here. Michael Taaffe, back-to-back state champion, back-to-back MVP, defensive player of the game. Colleges hit him up. This guy's a good guy. They get the win 52-34 here to end the Dodge Bowl in Texas High School Football State. Tarrance Johnson, FridayNightGlory.com, here with Austin Westlake quarterback Cade Klubnik. Big impressive win today. You had a lot of things to do with this Dodge Bowl, running on the ground, 2 TDs on the ground, passing to your receivers, and your defense played lights out. What was the preparation like coming into today?
We just prepare like any other week. I had a little bit of an injury going into the week. I didn't, do as many reps, and our backup is one of my best friends. Just freaking balled in practice and got our team ready, and we just treat it like any other game. So,
what was Coach Dodge's message coming in to play his son? I know you guys are now back-to-back state champions. You came and played like an MVP. You didn't play hurt. You looked lights out. What was the message coming in?
Play like any other game. It wasn't about him or his son. I mean, it was just about Southlake and Westlake. So.
So what's up for Cade next now? You MVP, back-to-back state trophies. You go back to Austin. What's up for Mr. Cade now that he got this big win here in Texas at AT&T Stadium?
Stay humble, stay hungry. That's what we always say.
Congratulations. Let's show him what you got here. Let's just show the world one MVP, Mr. Cade Klubnik. We're going to Club Nick Cade tonight for Tarrance Johnson and Friday Night Glory. Good night, Tarrance Johnson. FridayNightGlory.com here at AT&T Stadium with Mr. Dodge, I want to call him. We played dodgeball today. Yep. You came in pretty good today, like always. What was the preparation like, I must ask, first coming in to play your son, Riley, who has a good season at Southlake?
Oh, my gosh. We knew that coming in that we were going to play the best offense that we'd played against all year long, most well-coached team that we played all year long, the toughest kids. And I told our kids all along, that this was a bunch that reminds me of them. They were trained like them. When I on my Thursday team meeting, when I tell my kids we're going to try to kill the will of the opponent and we're going to play full speed for 7 seconds and we're going to stay true, we're never going to quit. I said, but I want y'all to know this week the guy that we're playing is telling his kids the same thing, and they believe in that too. So it's two programs that have a very, very similar culture. I just want to say I'm so proud of my son and the job that he's done. I mean, if you really think about it, he's the youngest 6A head coach in the state of Texas, 29 years old when he got the job, and he's 37-4 after 3 years. That is unbelievable.
Speaking of being the youngest, you actually beat Austin Westlake with him in 2006 to give you your 4th title. Now you're back-to-back champions. Do you think the preparation would have been any different? I know your first game was canceled due to COVID. Would you have to look at film on Southlake to come in with the game plan tonight, or did you kind of basically have the same game plan, for the beginning of the season?
No, there were a lot of things, during the summertime, because they were our first game of the year before we ever knew that COVID was going to knock it out, is that there's a lot of things, verbiage, signals. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we had to change. Right. You can't just go into it when they know everything, and I know, and I talked to Riley, they had to also, which was kind of a pain in the tail that you'd have to change so much at the line of scrimmage for one game, and it never happened. So a lot of that stuff, we just put it in a folder and then brought it back out this week.
How proud are you of your quarterback, Cade, your running back, Zane, and Gray? You had like a three-headed monster in the backfield. Not too much passing, but your ground game was heavy, and your defense kind of stopped Queen Euros and Southlake in their tracks. But at the beginning of the game, it was pretty tight. So halftime, what did you do to get you guys riled up to go ahead and take this game?
Well, that was our game plan all night long, was to lean on our run game, get our RPO game going, take some shots when we need to. But our kids on the edge were very, very physical. We have not had to run Cade this year because we have those two fabulous running backs. We haven't had to run him, but it really came out tonight. And I don't know how many yards rushing we had, but I think it was quite a bit. Zane and Gray are so unselfish. They love each other. But really when it all comes down to it, it's those big five nasties up front. I mean, those guys just did an amazing job. And I can't say enough about my offensive line coach, Brandon Murdoch.
Yeah, I've seen that. You had some pretty big guys. So what's next for Coach Dodge here? You add another trophy to your case. That'll be number 6, I believe, back-to-back. You got a dynasty brewing down in Austin Westlake. What's next for the Chaparrals and Coach Dodge?
Well, as soon as we get back and enjoy this in a little bit, we'll get back to work, get back into off-season, and start building for the next one. We'll have a really nice nucleus coming back, those kids that played tonight. We've got the quarterback, Jaden Greathouse, coming back. 3 of the 5 offensive linemen are coming back. So several young wide receivers that played major roles, and then defensively we've got some guys in the back end and some guys up front, that played quite a bit. So we'll be looking forward to getting back to work and having another great season in 21.
All I can say is some scary football and some good football you're playing, Coach Dodge. They get the win here in state. The Dodge Bowl is over. 52-34. Hats off to Southlake Carroll and their impressive season. I'm with Mr. Daddy Dodge. He's the greatest. You're the GOAT. Congratulations.
Thanks. Appreciate you so much.
You too. For Tarrance Johnson and Friday Night Glory at AT&T Stadium, good night.